Today I'm giving you my best tips for creating an online marketing strategy. Hey there, I'm Michelle, and this is a Queer Hustle where we help queer entrepreneurs start up and scale. And today we are talking about digital marketing strategy. Like, everything has moved online, and if you have not figured out your digital marketing strategy, you're leaving tons of money on the table, and we don't want you to do that. We want you to get what's yours. So here are my top tips for creating your digital marketing strategy, starting right now with number one. Okay, so number one, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to know your target audience. And I mean, you need to really know them. You need to know everything about them. I tell my clients, know what they eat for breakfast, know how they spend their day. What are they doing at 8 a.m.? What are they doing at 6 p.m.? We need to know what they read, what they listen to, and especially where they go online. So this goes into our next thing, because we want to know how they're spending every minute of their day, what they're thinking about, what they care about, what kinds of media they're engaging with, who their friends are, how they're influenced, and all of those things. But really that comes down to where are they spending their time online, because that's how we want to get in front of them. So number two is that once we kind of have a sense of that, right? Number two, we want to pick the platform to get in front of them. Now, obviously, once you have a robust digital marketing strategy going, you're probably going to have more than one platform. But to start with, just pick one. Where do they spend all their time? You know, are they if they're middle aged and like me, right? Maybe they spend a lot of time on Facebook. If they're younger, maybe they're spending time on Snapchat. Maybe they're spending time on TikTok. Maybe they're spending time on Twitch. Where are they, and how do you get in front of them? Because doesn't matter what you say and how good your message is if you don't have eyes on that message. Okay, we are focusing for purposes of this video today specifically on a type of digital advertising called acquisition advertising, which means I want to get them into a bucket, right? So I gotta pick a platform, make sure that I can get in front of them, and then once we're on that platform, we wanna make sure that we are targeting our ads to our audience. Now, there's lots of ways to do this type of targeting, but a lot of people will target by, other people that they like or follow, things that they read, things that they watch, what their interests are. You can target demographically, obviously, like age and gender and location. You can target by, depending on the platform, you can target by political persuasion and that kind of thing. So you want to make sure that you are targeting your ads, obviously, to your audience, because otherwise you're just wasting money showing your ads to a bunch of people that don't care and aren't going to engage, or that you don't want as clients or customers. So make sure you're targeting your efforts to your audience. Okay, fourth, the whole point of this when we're doing acquisition advertising is that you're trying to get people into a bucket, into a receptacle. The most common bucket that people use is an email list. So when people talk about how big's your list, what have you done to build your list, they're usually talking about this email list. This is the best place where you can kind of collect people so that you can advertise to them over and over and over. But there might be other buckets that you use, like Facebook groups, LinkedIn communities, other things like that, depending on who your people are and how they interact online. You might have multiple buckets going, but almost everybody needs to be building that email list, building that email bucket, right? So the whole idea is to just get them excited enough to get them on your email list. A lot of times you're going to need an incentive to do this, right? Because people are a little bit skeptical now. We're kind of used to being advertised to online. And so you'll see this a lot with consumer goods companies. They'll do 10% off if you give me your email, if I'm a shoe company or something like that. For services business, you see a lot of, if you want to come to my webinar with my free tips, then give me your email. Or if you'd like to get my tip sheet, that's called a lead magnet. Like, if you want to get my free tip sheet, then give me your email and you will get, delivered to your inbox, my 10 best tips on how to do whatever. So you got to give somebody something if you want to get their email. But you want to get them on your list so that you can hit them over and over. So once they're on your list, then you want to be communicating with them very consistently. So whatever you can actually maintain, this is very, very important, because what you don't want to do is be emailing your list kind of willy-nilly, like whenever you feel like it, right? So if all you can do is get one email out a week, but you can commit that every Wednesday you're getting that email out, then that's fine. If you can do it 2 times a week, great. 3 times a week, whatever. Make sure it's the same day of the week, the same time that you're emailing. these are not things that people will consciously register, but subconsciously this creates trust in the brand. It creates that consistency. So I'm never thinking, oh, I get emailed by this certain person at 10 a.m. every Tuesday, but my subconscious brain knows that I can expect emails with regularity from them, and that actually builds trust in the person, whether that's fair or not. Hopefully you are a trustworthy person, and so you're building trust for good reason, but this will work either way, and I hope you're using it for good and not for evil, but you want to be staying top of mind. So the idea is that some of your customers or prospective customers, prospective clients are going to be ready to buy right now, but most of them are not. Most of them are kind of thinking about maybe engaging with something like what you do or what you sell, but they're still kind of looking around, or the time might not be right. What you want to do, your objective is to stay top of mind for them so that when they are ready, that you are the first person they think of, or your company is the first company that they think of. So sometimes somebody is going to convert from your email list after a couple of weeks. Sometimes it might be a year or more because they're just not ready to actually make that decision yet. But they've been consistently following you, you've been building trust, and when they are ready to make that decision, guess who comes to mind? It's you, it's your company. That's what you want. Now the last thing, tip number 7, I just want to make sure that before you're asking them to do anything, as you're communicating an email, whether that's to actually click to buy something, whether that's to, book a consultation call with you, whatever it is that you're asking them to do, you need to give them something first. So if you're hitting at people on email or in a Facebook group or whatever, make sure that you're providing value for those people. In my marketing for my company, I do a lot of sending out free tips to people every week and just saying, here's what's on my mind, or here's what my clients are thinking about, or here's what I'm thinking about, giving them something, and then say, hey, if you want to talk more about that, you can give us a call and we can kind of talk about how to implement this in your business. But make sure that you're giving before you ask for something. Otherwise, you're just going to irritate people, annoy people, and you're kind of being sleazy, and we don't want that. So create value for people, give to get. Okay, so that's it for today. If you liked this video, which is a marketing video, so I'm teaching you all meta-like, but if you like this video, be sure to click here and subscribe to my channel. We do free business tips and awesome interviews with queer entrepreneurs a couple times a week, and I would love for you to catch it all. And also, in the link to this description, remember what I told you, teaching you through example, there is a link so that you can check out my free guide for queer entrepreneurs on how to survive and thrive in this economy. And yes, I will ask for your email address in order to get that, because I'm practicing what I preach. Okay, so I know that's it for today. I know you guys can do this. Drop us a comment if you want to talk more about it. Otherwise, get out there, let it shine. We'll talk to you next time.